I'm friends with the monsters up under my bed. Get along with the voices inside of my head. You're trying to save me. Stop holding your breath. And you think I'm crazy. Yeah, you think I'm crazy. Hi, I'm Tahyira Savanna, and you're watching my YouTube channel. Welcome back. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a beat. Hi guys, thank you guys for checking out. So today I wanted to make a video about kind of back to my kind of where it happened to our culture, but this time more concentrated on specific family life. And what I think we should do is break down a lot of these issues that we claim that causes our grief as being a Black American, break them down into institution, meaning family, school, or education, jobs, you know what I mean, our social connections. This video is going to be about our family life and how it plays a part in how we view ourselves, how we view our race, and what path we choose in life. Let's start talking about family life. Like, I could talk candidly about my family life. My parents were broken up for a long time. I grew up as them being separate. So my father had a girlfriend, my mother had a boyfriend. Difference on how I viewed relationships. I didn't know anything, and it's very hard to grasp yourself when you come from, like, what the saying is, a broken home, for lack of a better word, right? Our home is broken. Now, in the video that I made, I'm gonna put the link somewhere here, about doing it for the culture, I talk about how we had TV shows like The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So Will's storyline is basically his father just kind of abandoned him, and his mother needed help. You know, his mother actually was just distracted, and Will wasn't getting the best parentage, so his aunt and Uncle Phil took him in. Same like me, I had other extended family members. Now, that's something that comes up in a lot of Black families. Like, I can use my friendship pool alone. Majority of my friends were raised by their grandmother. Not because their mom and dad are not there. That's just not the primary guardian in their life. They're just not, And it does make a difference. It does make a difference. I was raised by my grandmother. She's very wise, wisdom. Compared to my other friends who kind of had mom and dad still there, they got into a lot worse problems, like getting in trouble as kids growing up, than I did. Because I always looked at life like, I'm a little bit more mature because the person that was raising me is a lot older than that my peers' guardian or parent or whatever. Like, obviously my grandmother's older than my mother, and she was doing a way better job at her at that point. So it plays a role in how I viewed my parents from that point of view, where it's like, it's not like you're not here and you can't take care of me or whatever's going on. It's just seeing them, not living with them, not really understanding why. And like I say, a lot of Black people go through this. And it's just like, we're taught not to say anything or not to ask questions, or just, this is how it is. And I hate that. I hate that people say, well, this is how it is and everybody's like this. And it's like, my grandma used to always tell me growing up is, so everybody walking off the bridge, you're gonna walk to? It's like, you don't have to follow a multitude to do wrong. Like, if something is not right, just you got millions and kabillions and whatever people are doing it, still don't make it right. It just means more people are doing it, So it taught me that. This is why I came to hate well, everybody's doing it. That's the whole downfall of the hood, I told Frankie when we first met, because we met in the hood, the issue with people that live in a neighborhood like this is that you don't want anything for yourself until you see your neighbor with it. You're not trying to go from a Toyota Camry to no Benz until you see that next homie in a Benz. Because you was fine in your Camry. It was clean. It was nice. You pumping your music. You smoking your weed. You bagging your bitches. In your Camry. One of your homies get a BMW. Now you doing everything you got to do to try to keep up with this. And it's like, that's only in the hood people do that. Nowhere else people... Like, I grew up where my family moved, where I grew up. It wasn't a neighborhood. I grew up in a Jewish neighborhood. We only care about our house. Like, my family literally say, I don't care what neighborhood it's done, It's like, we only care about this house. Like, this is our house. We pay, make sure our rent is paid, make sure our bills are on time. Like, there's no leaks we only care about ourselves. When my parents growing, seeing them grow up, I never one time heard them say, oh, we're gonna get this because so and so has it. It's like, you get it because you can afford it and you want it, you work hard for it or whatever. It's a mentality, and it's like so many of us suffer from it. I mean, you see the makeup of the hood, like literally a tenement building. I mean, you're very living in close proximity, and then it's also you share the same values as those people, wanting to believe it or not, because some people make it out the hood and other people just don't. So it's like there's a reason for that. But we can all do it, or we can upgrade our hood and create great situations there. Breakdown of the Black family. I mean, we see it right now. We break it down to the millennial generation. We don't even know how to date. We don't even know what we're looking for in another person. It's a major deal. It's like a major deal. I mean, the divorce rate in America is just ridiculous to begin with. So that's not even like a race thing. Just marriage is just not respected in our country just to begin with. But we're talking specifically to the Black race. Males. Don't have your dad there. Even if you had a dad there, you work so much, you don't really know him like that. If anything, you guys talk at church. But you don't even want to go to church. You go to church probably to feel like you're close to your dad. Females. You don't have your shit in order. Your mentality is all screwed up because of the ain't shit niggas you probably dealt with. And you meet this one person that looks good on paper. This one Black dude that's like, wow, he went to college. Wow, he don't got no baby moms. Wow, he got like a nice car. Wow, he got a decent job. Now you're doing everything you can to hold on to this boy. You see me say boy. What about what you need to do for yourself so that you can attract the right kinds of person? It's not really our fault though. If you compare the Black race, which makes up about 13%, 14 maybe now, 14% of the population here, compared to our Caucasian counterparts, like I said, their parents break up too. It's just in the way that it's done. They don't necessarily show their kids or let their kids know all the negative things that may have happened. Or even when their kids do find out, they try to have a conversation about things. I mean, I grew up with a whole bunch of white friends, so I used to always hear their stories like, oh my God, I gotta go home and talk to my mom. And I'm like, why are you saying it like that? She's like, I just don't want to talk about everything. And I'm like, that's good. Like, I talked to my mom growing up too, but a lot of my friends, outside of them, those friends, the Caucasian friends, they were like, none of my Black friends used to say that. Like, oh yeah, I'm about to go home and talk to my mom. It's like, I'm about to go home and not even talk to my mom. Like, that's what we used to say. Like, the opposite, the majority of us. So it's just like, I grew up seeing the difference. When I went out to school to Long Island, I mean, that was it was an all-white school, so percentage there was like 3% Black. I don't even know. So seeing them in, like I said, a dorm, seeing the way they would, like some of their parents were broken up, even they still were able to bring them together and move them into school. Whereas my parents couldn't even see eye to eye to freaking come together to pay my tuition bill. Like, it's just different. It's different, and it changes the way that we are. We grow up angry, we grow up upset, we grow up sad, and then we're purported into the world, to the American world, where it's like, you gotta be Black, you gotta stand up, you gotta be tough. So it's like, well, goddamn. I have to make a note to say, like, when I make vlogs, I mean, I'm gonna say it in every vlog because I'm dead serious. When I make vlogs and I talk very passionately. People confuse it with me telling them what to do. No, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying what I'm saying the way I say it. Don't get offended. Get involved. If you challenge something that I say, or you think I have something to learn or to add, and you want me to put a retraction or something, let me know. Comment below. Black Americans, like, from down south, they have a very different mentality. It's like those are the ones who join like sororities and fraternities and that whole vibe. They'd be different. Just a little different. And those are the ones like I see all the time. Like, I'm a blogger, so I'd write dating relationships, and we see demographics, so we know like who's hitting what. It's always the Black women hitting posts that's like, oh, side chick issues, or my husband's cheating, or it's all like, you know what I mean? And it's like, clearly this is the content that we want because this is the shit that's happening to us. You know what I mean? People try to also act. This is another thing. People are like, oh, TT, you putting people on. It's like, listen, it's not even putting people on. It's more so I'm just being real, and people are down to be. It's like, even if you know someone is not living that life, it's like you're giving them the cosign to be fake too, because it's like, oh, my nigga, I know you're not about that life, but I'm gonna still give you a cosign and like your shit. And like, don't do that, because they were responsible too. If you shoot a shot, then you shoot a shot. You need to get your fucking life in order. Period. Like, tell your parents, tell yourselves. It's the same thing. If your relationship is not working out, you need to say something about it. You don't need to, my relationship is so fucked up, I'm about to just ignore it and just, no, you need to say something or get out. Like, we do too much of that. I'm not gonna say mostly in the Black community. What are our TV shows that are like Ratchet TV, like Ratchet Mondays and stuff? Those people relationships are not the relationship that you need to be framing your life based off. Coming out here, I get engaged. So, I'm talking about things that are in line with my life. I knew that I was only going to make that marriage decision once I came to LA. Because in Brooklyn, why? Why would I get married? There's no, like, I have a whole bunch of friends who have then got married. And they're not friends, people I know. People who got married, divorced already, and they're in my age group. And it's like, they have kids, all this stuff. It's like, you're a grown-ass person already, like a 50-year-old. You don't have anything, though. You're still in Brooklyn with more problems. Doesn't say everybody has to leave and get out. I mean, you can stay in Brooklyn. Upgrade your shit. There's no foreseeable way I could have seen, like I say, my parents taught me from what they didn't do, basically don't end up like us. Like, that's the raising that I got from them. It's like, we don't have it together. You have a different shot. Your slate is clean. We're telling you everything to do to not end up like this. And so I'm not like, I'm like, I learned from them. I'm better than them. And that's how your kids are supposed to be. But I had good parents in that way where it's like, all right, they couldn't show me by example, but they definitely told me, do as I say, not as I do. Like, me and Frankie, like, say it. Like, and plus we started, the person I'm marrying is the person I've been doing my business with. So already it's like business first, family second. I mean, how are we going to, you have to create a nest to put something in it. But just to say that I was like, so in love with Frankie, we fucked up, we got drunk one night, I got pregnant, now I'm trying to have my parents watch my kid. My parents done told me before that they're not doing that. Because they're not trying to have me stay back. They're like, listen, you do your decisions. We're not going to make your life easier because you fucked up. You're smart. You know better than things. They were very blatant and thing to me. So I guess that's why it's also I'm like that into the world, because it's like, I didn't get it nice. Someone, oh no, Tahyira. It's like, listen, what we told you? Like, get it together. Like, to my point I was trying to make. When I told my mother to raise my kid, and then it's like, would I have left my kid there and come out to LA? Would I have had to it just makes for a harder life, Having kids when you're not ready, because you're in relationships that you're not prepared to, like, you're not really supposed to be in, but it seems like that was my situation in college. Everybody was like, well, if you're not going to be with this boy, you should just let him go. And I'm like, all right, so he's broken up because I know I'm not going to marry him. We're not going to have no kid. It was more so like people influenced me to leave my boyfriend at the time. I'm not going to say anybody's name up here. But the people that know who I'm talking about. It's like, because we reached the next level of Black relationship, it's like, well, if you're not gonna have a baby, then why? I'm like, well, I guess we gonna just break up then, because this nigga is not the one for me, and like, I'm not the one for him. More so that. More so I'm not the one for him, then he's still not the one for me. Like, but yeah, ladies, we gotta get better. Like Beyonce said, we gotta get information. You gotta get information. Fuck the formation. I always knew that I wanted a guy that was completely different than my dad. Like, there was something, a lot of girls are like, I want a guy just like my dad. And it's like, nope, that's a liar. I don't want nobody like my dad. He lies. So it's like, I'm good on that, bro. I'm good. And people were like, would you date yourself growing up? My close friend growing up, we're not friends anymore. Close friends growing up, we used to say all the time, like, oh yeah, I date myself. They'd be like, I would not date myself. Like, I'm kind of a bitch. Like, just because I was not a good person growing up, you know what I mean? In relationships, people used to look at my boyfriend at the time, she's tight, and it would literally be me. Like, I turned up on them. I hit them first. I'm like I say, I'm like Rihanna. I turned up on Chris Brown, and I got my ass whipped. No, I didn't get my ass whipped. But that's what happened. Like, it's not like he just woke up one day and just beat the shit out of this bitch. It's like, this bitch was trying this nigga. Trying it. I saw that because that's what I saw my parents doing. I saw my mother nagging my father to death every day. So, learn from the bad. You don't have to be... NDRE has this very powerful song. My mother sent it to me a few weeks ago, and I've been, like, listening to it as part of my, like, I do this kind of, like, morning... What am I calling it now? morning meditations where I listen to certain like podcasts and music just to zen. I do prayers and stuff like that, but I'm not like heavy religious, so it's not deep in prayer. It's more like spiritual things, it'll be posts, just things that lift my spirit. I usually do like my horoscope and just energy stuff that to inflict your inside energy so that you can give it out to the world. So in the I Am Light, that's a really powerful song. It talks about, and you can kind of you can hear the content of that song. She's talking about the black life, the black upbringing, and you're not your family, and you're not like you're not a product of your environment or all those things. Those are some things that we need to like hear, because we go through a lot of stuff. We go through PTSD from growing up in the hood. We see gunshots, we hear things, we see cops raid. All those things Caucasian kids don't see. That's why they the way they are. We the way we are. Yes, we started the fight in school. Yes. The note I want to make on this family kind of situation is the money aspect of it. I didn't really have money issues growing up with my parents or whatever. I mean, I didn't live with them, so I would have to call and let them know what I needed or whatever. But it was fine. That was fine. So when I got to college, though, my parents were like really, really going through like a really bad time. It was very hard for me to even like kind of just talk and deal with them because they were just so at each other. Like I said, this is not more so of a race thing. This is just a family thing. This is not necessarily for a black family. But because we're talking about black people, it plays more so an issue to us when these things happen. I had a struggle of getting into school, and just everything was just a little bit harder than it had to be, which is already, getting into college is already hard. It's a process. You're trying to mature and grow up and make decisions, and you're like, I don't know. And then you're supposed to have these people here supposed to guide you, but if they're at each other like cats and dogs, they can't. You suffer financially as a kid as a result from that. And a lot of us, don't make it out. Like, I'm in education right now. I work in a school. I went to a campus tour with seniors on Saturday. And a lot of the seminars were based off black. The school was it's a black, South LA, it's close to Compton. So it's a lot of black population and black students. They were talking about a lot of black males. The average, it's like, I wish I had the numbers here. Probably going to write it in the post, but it was like 10%. 10% of black males go into college and then don't, and like drop out in like the first semester. It's like we didn't even, it's like you're not even going. It's like black males are not even in college in America. When you really look at the stats like on a big, like you know what I mean? Like in a big way, it's like, what? Like, black people don't go to school? Well, you don't finish school, which is true. A lot of my cousins, they don't have degrees. That's all I'll say. Again, I'm not giving names. I'm just keeping it real. You ain't finished. You went to school, but you don't have a degree. So it's not the same. The job that I have right now, I'm an enrichment instructor. So my job literally is to make sure kids get into college, finish college, and how we get them to finish college is that we're instilling tools in them to basically make them an adult, to make them see the importance of paying attention. Like, they were talking to those kids in the seminar, to the black students, saying that male boys check out at 3rd grade. Like, you're reading, you stop, you don't even try to learn. And it's worse in the hood. This is just stats against males in general. But it was like, to see numbers to me were things that I'm like, I already feel like this. I'm a sociology person. I love stats to back up my theories, of what I think and what I see and what I know. Is like, and now we have a math equation to break it down. It's like, wow, though. It's crazy. So that's the last point I wanted to make about just how, the divorce whole thing plays into education and us getting higher education as, like, obviously that's past college, past high school, making those decisions. If your parents are not together, or you just don't have that relationship with them, and it's hard to ask them for money or, figure out what you're going to do. There's a lot of programs and scholarships and stuff in place. But like I said, if you're not told the right things, you won't know. So this is why I'm keeping it real, because a lot of people just don't know. To tell you the truth, they just don't know. So I think that's all for this video right now. But I'm going to make this a part 1. I think it's an easy way to, like I said, topic base some of these vlogs out, so that, when you're trying to like tie in what I'm saying, I have references that I made in other videos. So it will become more of a full conversation, but I want people to join in, like I keep saying. So thanks again for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe. More so, comment. Tell me what you think. Tell me an idea. Tell me if you disagree. Tell me if you think I needed to say something more or something more important that I missed. Yeah, that's it. Hope you guys have a happy day. I'm recording this video on Halloween, so I think I feel like the need to say it. I hope you guys had a happy and safe Halloween. It's probably not going to be edited in time for Halloween, but keeping it real as we say. Bye, guys.